Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. Welcome to the Depression Recovery Channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. Today is Flashback Friday, a feature in which I republish one of my earlier videos you might not have seen that contains really important coping strategies that will help you attain a better mood. Now here's today's video. The title of today's video is How Acupuncture Stopped My Anxiety in Its Tracks. Before we go into the video and find out how this occurred, we have to tell our regular joke. You know, I told my doctor I didn't want brain surgery, but he changed my mind. I love puns. Anyway, as I said, the title of this video is How Acupuncture Stopped My Anxiety Attack in Its Tracks. And in 3 of my previous videos, I described what I would call a mini relapse. I mean, I almost got hospitalized, and it was a mini relapse into the abyss of anxiety and depression. Fortunately, as I said in my last video, which is called Affirmations for Emerging from a Depressive Episode, I'm feeling a lot better now. Now I'd like to tell the story, an event that occurred right in the middle of my crisis in December of 2021. This is when things were ramping up. I had these sleep disruptions that were causing me anxiety. This particular night, they were occurring every 30 minutes to an hour. I simply could not stay asleep. Well, when morning arrived, I was so agitated and anxious, I started pacing back and forth, yelling at the top of my lungs, just as I had done during my worst episode of agitated depression. Sensing my horrible state, Joan says, hey, we got to do something. I know that acupuncture relaxes you. Let's see if you can get an appointment in the clinic. We called, and fortunately they had a cancellation that day, so I took a lift down there. I was too upset to drive my own car. And when I got there, I was led into a treatment room number 3, lay on the table, and a few minutes later, Barbara, the acupuncturist, walked in. Sensing my agitated state, she did the same thing that she always does, or all acupuncturists do. She took my pulses. This is how acupuncturists diagnose imbalances in the meridians. And you can think of a meridian as an energetic highway that goes throughout the body through which energy known as qi flows. And what an acupuncturist does is, as I say, finds out where this energy is stuck or it's going too fast, uses the needles to correct the imbalance, and voila, people feel better. After feeling the pulses or taking the pulses in my left and right wrists, Barbara exclaimed, oh my God, no wonder why you're so anxious. Your stomach pulse is jumping up to the ceiling. She then started to insert needles into specific acupuncture points along the meridians that would even out my agitated energy. She told me, take some deep breaths. What I'm doing is I'm trying to move the energy away from your head down to your feet where you're grounded. This should help you to become more relaxed. Within about 2 minutes, my breathing slowed down. I felt myself becoming more and more calm. Barbara took my pulses again and said, excellent. Your energy is settling down. You're responding quite well to the treatment. As the treatment continued, I felt myself becoming more and more relaxed, getting into that state that Barbara said I would. It was as if someone had flipped a switch in my brain, and I became very, very different than I was when I first walked into that room. The good thing about this is, unlike taking anti-anxiety medication, which I've done in the past, I did not feel groggy or loopy. I could actually drive home. You know, I had to take a lift, right? I had no car, but I actually could have driven home, and without any worry about, falling asleep at the wheel, so to speak. So I felt really well, very stable, very balanced, and over the next few weeks, I continued to come back to this clinic. Now, it didn't end the anxiety episode, but it simply, I won't say simply, it was providing symptomatic relief, so I could at least, calm down enough and do things until the episode started to go down, start to get better, as I've talked about in the previous episode. So it wasn't a magic bullet, but when I needed it, acupuncture was there. Based on what I experienced and what I've heard from some of my group members, I now believe that acupuncture can be an important adjunct to regular psychiatric care. Now I know if you don't have insurance, it can be rather spendy, but there is a way you can actually get acupuncture relatively cheaply, and that is to go do something called community acupuncture, or go to a community acupuncture clinic. Here, there's one room, a bunch of chairs around on the outside of the room, and maybe 10, 15 people are in those chairs, and the acupuncturist goes around and treats each person one at a time. This significantly cuts down on the cost of acupuncture, and it makes it affordable to the average person. I find it cool that the community acupuncture movement was started here, right here in Portland, Oregon, about a mile from me. Since then, it's spread all around the country. And if you want to find a community acupuncture clinic in your area, you can go to the website of the People's Organization of Community Acupuncture, or you can just look up clinics in your city. And as a final note, if your anxiety gets to the point where it's so bad, you're so agitated, you're unable to function, and it is interfering with your activities of daily living and basically making your life untenable, it's really important that you seek out a therapist or a medication prescriber and seek treatment with them. And while you're doing so, ask them if it's okay if you do acupuncture under their care as a way of augmenting whatever they're doing to help you. So again, I think that acupuncture and medical intervention can be complementary and work together. This has been Douglas Bloch. I hope you found the information on this Flashback Friday video helpful. If so, please give it a like, as likes draw more and more people to this channel and hopefully some more subscribers. You can also leave your comments in the comments section or email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. If you do want to subscribe to this channel, click on my photo in the closing credits. You'll be taken to my subscribe page. And if you click on the bell to the right, you'll be notified every time I do a new video or live chat. And if you want to contribute to this channel and become a patron, simply click on the Patreon image. You'll be taken to my crowdfunding site. And until next video, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you so much.